Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Are you clueless, helpless, have no fucking idea what you're doing because you listened to a bunch of fucking idiot teachers and guidance counselors you had, or your parents were your BFFs, but they weren't your parents? Actually, I wonder if it's just... that'd be an interesting study. See what percentage of my clients lack an older brother. Because usually you got the older brother kicking the shit out of you because they love you. We beat the shit out of you because we care. My brother beat me because you probably deserved it. Go to assholeconsulting.com and I, the world's only professional asshole, will give you my advice and wisdom. We have a video request. Here it is. How's it hanging, asshole? Repeat customer here. Want to get your opinion on the economic collapse. I've heard you say in a few of your videos you're buying lots of guns and ammo. What do you think will happen to the US dollar that has you buying so many firearms? So he's got a bunch of... Let's answer these step by step because I want to be thorough here. It is not what I think is going to happen. A lot of people, you look at these preppers, oh, they're crazy. They think America is going to collapse. And it's like, no, you don't understand. It's like insurance. It's like Katrina. And for those of us who are, prepping, getting iodine pills, if you don't know what an iodine pill is for, maybe you ought to find out. Having flint, bug-out bags, guns and ammo, and all that other stuff, and safety kits or medical kits. Well, why you do? Well, it's not just in case the economy collapses and the electricity is shut off. Of course, it is that too. But what about Katrina? What about, for those of you that live on the coast, an earthquake? What about hurricanes? What about all this other stuff? What about flooding? That's the real reason, and probably a more statistically likely reason you should have prepping materials. You should be able to live outside of your house for 3 days without enduring starvation and thirst and all that other stuff. It's going to suck. But instead of, oh, we're in Los Angeles and we're just like being all Los Angeles-y because we're from California and my God, I'm pretty. That's all that matters. I mean, if that's your plan and you're so clueless as to natural disasters, well, fuck you. I'm not giving you my tent. I'm not giving you my iodine pills. Because, I'll do that. I'll be lord of the iodine pills. I will say, if you could tell me what these are for, and no one will be able to look it up in a post-apocalyptic or crisis thing, because the internet will be down. So, are they for watery or farming? No, they're not. You don't get an iodine pill. And then if someone answers the question correctly, the iodine is to clean the water. I say, yes, it is. Now you give me your hot daughter so she may be part of my concubine as I reestablish a new order under, Clary tribal chieftain of the awesomeness kingdom. And yes, if you want an iodine pill and to live another couple days, then you have to give me your daughters. And that's how it will work out. Anyway, so it is not just the collapse and economics collapse. It is for any emergency reason that I buy guns and ammo and all this survival stuff is so that if, whatever bad, the Krakatoa, what's the thing? The caldera over at Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park is just one big-ass volcano. You know that, right? And it's overdue by 600,000 years for a massive eruption. That sucker hits. Well, you guys are fucked. I'm not fucked because I got my gear. I'm ready to go. So, anyway, so that's the reason you have that. Do you see a global collapse coming soon? No. But here's the thing, no one can see these things coming. It's like the housing bubble. I knew there was a housing bubble. It's an issue when it's going to crack, when it's going to break. And it was Lehman Brothers bankruptcy, I guess, that kind of was the snowflake that caused the avalanche. All any economist can really do is say whether or not we're overvalued or undervalued, whether we're due for a crash or not going to crash, or whether we're out of whack or in sync. And right now we're way out of whack. Everyone's running deficits. What's going to trigger that? Well, that depends. I don't know. I wish I did know that. And if I knew that, then I'd be a billionaire or trillionaire or whatever, a quintillionaire. But is it going to be a crushing collapse. Yeah, that's your next question. What do you think will happen? What could we expect? My personal opinion, and again, it could be wrong. My personal opinion, especially here in the United States, is that's going to be a slow decay. Kind of like France and Europe. It's just going to be a slow decay. And the reason why is that for all the problems we have here in the United States, we are less corrupt than the alternatives. This idea that the BRIC country, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, we're going to come up with an alternative reserve currency system. They certainly can do that, but they're horrendously corrupt countries. India less or so, but Brazil, Russia, and China, horrendously corrupt. And ironically and sadly, it is by no good virtue or accomplishments or solid fiscal discipline the United States has that makes the US dollar the reserve currency. It's not our hard work. It's the fact that we don't suck as much as everybody else. That's the real reason. And that is actually a good thing. A completely immoral and thing I'm not proud of, but it is a good thing for those of us who live in the United States and use the US dollar because it basically bails our ass out. I mean, we don't need economic production. We just have to be less corrupt than everybody else, be the one that came out of World War II relatively unscathed, have the luck that we were situated between two massive oceans that made bombing the shit out of our productive facilities in the 40s impossible, and laid the groundwork and the infrastructure that we're the US dollar, we're the world's reserve currency, and the fact that everybody else in the world is pretty still fucking corrupt, even more corrupt than us. So unless there was like a war, some real unexpected shock, something coming out of left field, I think will slowly just decay. And you'll start seeing negative interest rates. You'll start seeing, everyone will be clamoring for a basic guaranteed income, and woe is us, we can't find jobs, and it's just gonna suck. It's gonna get progressively worse and worse and worse. Technology will bail us out to a certain extent. It will make things a little bit easier, but there'll be no hope. There will be no inspiration. There will be no future. There'll be no I can't wait to go and get a 30-year mortgage and set roots down in this nice, fine little town with my wife and start spitting out kids. That ain't gonna happen. So that's what I think. Do you think it will be an overnight system-wide collapse, or do we still have years of kicking the can down the road? Look at Greece. Greece is so fucked up. That country should look like worse than Mogadishu. But we keep bailing them out. We keep kicking it. We keep bailing out the elites in the public sector over there. So, yeah, it's not going to be like tomorrow you're going to wake up and there'll just be dust blowing in the wind and people and corpses walking, looking for water. What bubble do you think will kickstart it? Real estate, bonds, something else? Again, I don't know. I would say, if anything, it is going to be government bonds of some sort. There's, of course, speculation like if Greece defaults, then that's going to cause contagion into the European Union, which will destroy all the banks there and all the banks here that have positions in the euro and Greek bonds and all that other stuff. That's why I think it would come from. But, it could just be Putin's like, you know what, I found out I got cancer. I'm going to die next week. Let's fucking nuke, Seattle. I mean, that will cause a little, hey, whoa. Guess who won't be on top of the evening news? It won't be Bruce fucking Jenner then. Then maybe you want to pay attention to the news. But knowing Americans, that Bruce Jenner's, no, fuck it. I don't care about nuclear bombs. I gotta ask. I've heard talk and reports that a collapse of our financial system would cause the deaths of millions, and there's no way to avoid it. Yeah, if our financial system were to really collapse, it would, I don't know if it caused the death of millions, it would cause the inconvenience of billions, but I don't know if it would cause this death. I live in Canada and gun laws here are very tight. I did, however, manage to get my possession and acquisition license for restricted and non-restricted firearms recently. I've since bought 2 Caltech KSGs and a Heckler and a Coke 45 with a shitload of ammo for both. I would hope to never use them against another human being, but given the state of the world, I'd rather be prepared, as humans can get a little crazy in a panic. Well, I'll tell you this, the number one thing you got to worry about is not tornadoes or hurricanes or bears or mountain lions. You do have to look out for those, but those are natural things. The number one enemy to you, to any other human, is their fellow human beings. Right? Tornadoes have not killed 200 million people. Communists did. Earthquakes have not killed, 50 million people. Mao Zedong did. The way it just... So yeah, you absolutely should prepare, and you absolutely should, and this, I don't, the only reason I don't kill people, I'll be perfectly honest, it's illegal. I'd have a field day killing people. I would. There are so many evil, disgusting people out there. It's just, I know, and it's the right thing to say, well, I would never use it against you. No, you gotta get past that. Someone's coming for your food, your family, your livelihood, you fucking kill them. Human beings are so holy. No, they're the fucking scum of the earth. Humans are the worst fucking thing on this planet. And there's more and more bad ones being bred every day than the good ones. And so if it's... that's another thing that's a completely separate but related thing you gotta do is you gotta get mental training. Look in the Army, U.S. Army Survival Field Man Guide. The first field guide, like if you're stranded, you've got to survive on your own. The first chapter is all about mental adaptation, and if you're going to survive, you got to kill people that want to kill you. That's a thing. So, I've also been buying gold, precious metal, and gemstones as a safe place to park my money. Do you believe that's the right move? Yeah, don't go ape shit with it. You don't need a shit ton of precious metals and gold. And here's another thing with gold and precious metals and guns and bullets. They're made out of metal. I don't know if you notice it. Metal's pretty fucking heavy. Like, a lot of people, why do you get another gun? When it's like, I don't need another gun, and if the shit hits the fan, I don't invest in guns for, like, investment purposes. I buy guns in case the shit hits the fan. So I think I only have, like, 6 guns. And they all serve a very specific purpose. Sniper rifle, shotgun, large caliber pistol, sidearm that I use for work. But I don't want to carry any more metal. Right now, I already have, like, 80 pounds of bullets. That's heavy to be lugging around there, schlepping across the world, trying to make it in post-apocalyptic America. And if you got, another 100 pounds of silver or gold, fuck, you're being slowed down. Plus, remember that if the world collapses, the financial economy collapses, your silver and gold's going to go through the freaking roof tenfold. So you don't need tons of it. You need, I always recommend 200 pieces of silver because it's a nice round number and it's roughly $4,000. And that's what I recommend. And then if post-apocalyptic world comes and you find out that you needed 300 pieces of silver, you could go to the non-existent judicial system and try and file a lawsuit against me and come to get me for those extra 100 pieces of silver I told you not to get. You're a wealth of knowledge with this stuff, so I would love to hear your detailed thoughts on the matter and where we're headed. I read articles about the world's top 1% quietly buying real estate and bug-out shelters in remote places like New Zealand. Kind of makes you wonder what they know the rest of us don't. What do you see coming and how would you prepare? I'm an atheist, so please don't say pray to God. Oh, no, don't pray to God. He never helped. Has he helped? Has God ever helped? He never helps if you're on your own. Here's the deal. An increasing percentage of the population is becoming parasitic and not productive. This is putting stress and strain on the economies and the people who are producers. And soon, the productive people will not be able to produce enough to support everybody. The government will get around this for a while by printing off money and borrowing money, and that's what we're doing now. But in the end, there's simply, look at Venezuela. I don't care how much debt they print off. In the end, there isn't toilet paper on the shelves. And when it gets to that, there will be, I'm predicting, riots and revolutions or call for that against the capitalist system, even though these fucking sheeple don't realize it was socialist policies that resulted in the lack of toilet paper on the shelves. There'll be a huge, nice reset, and I think actually in the end, like when push comes to shove, the productive people are going to win in the end again because they're productive, they know how to work, and they're going to be more adapted to survival. I mean, take your average hipster fucking liberal arts douchebag. They don't know how to fish, clean a fish, fire. They're completely helpless without parent, government money, and Apple products. They are just fucked. They offer nothing of value, and a lot of people think, well, we got to go and kill all the people, all the liberal parasite zombies that are going to come. No, all you got to do is fall back a little bit, scorch earth, and let them die out. They are not self-supporting people. And so for those of you who are producers and workers and shakers and movers and hustlers, you'll outproduce, you'll survive yourself. But this idea like, oh, they're going to come for us. It's like, no, they're going to be too busy fighting over shit in the grocery store, the dwindling amount of shit. Then they'll start making their way to different towns, coming out of the city, coming out of the campuses, whatever. And then it's like, oh no, we got our own. And then people would actually start shooting and saying, no, this is mine. This is, and there's no government to protect them anymore. There's no cops. In a truly post-apocalyptic world, the lefts are going to die of their own volition. You won't even have to pull a trigger. It'll be like, where's the government? Where's the government? Where's Barack Obama? I want my Obama phone. Where's my food? Where's my money? Where's my EBT card? How come my EBT card doesn't work? I mean, those people are fucking... They don't even know north from south. They don't know any difference between fresh water, salt water. You think they're going to make it? Fuck. Anyway. So yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be a crash. I think, especially in the U.S., we suck less than everybody else. It's going to be a nice, easy decay. That's why I wrote the book, Enjoy the Decline. But just in case, whether it's post-apocalyptic liberal zombies coming for your food because they think you owe them, and you're part of the evil rich people that caused the post-apocalyptic collapse of the United States, or it's just a big-ass hurricane or that volcano blows up, yeah, get yourself some guns, get yourself some survival supplies, and ignore these fucking idiots, these fucking city morons, these elitists who sit like in their professors and they're the trust fund baby, like, oh, he's a prepper. I have coffee right down there. It's called Starbucks, and they never run out. Yeah, they're the ones that are going to be really in for a shock. So, anyway, best of luck to you all. Toodles.